Hello everyone, my name is Julien Ducrocq, and this is the walkthrough video of our demo for IEEE VR. The title of our demo is written here. So, flexible virtual lenses, what is it? So, it is the legacy of overview plus details, so what we called dual zoom lens. Everything inside the closed shape is magnified in this case. We are also the legacy of focus and context, which we name bifocal lenses. So around the magnified area, the context is distorted, it is not discarded, unlike the dual zoom case. So thanks to a border function f and a transition function g, we can change in real time the shape of the lens and the geometry of the context. The potential application for that could be surveillance. So here you can find an emoji among a dense set of emoji, and it's a bit easier to do with the lens because it magnifies the faces, so they are easier to distinguish. The other application is virtual tourism. So if you find an element of interest inside the landscape, you can zoom it. For instance, here is this stuffed animal frog. So the demo is kinda an illustration of this virtual tourism use case. So at first, we show on a non-VR monitor the flexibility of the lens. So with these three sliders, you can change the parameter of the bifocal lens. So at first, you can move a lens, a default curved shape that changes by itself of shape across time. The curvature changes in several locations at once. We can change the parameters in parallel that the shape is changing, so there is no slowdown because of that. Then, still on non-VR monitor, the lens could be another shape. So you can still change the parameter, it is the same interface, but once you reach a place of the image, you reach the shape of an animal. So here a horse, you can change the parameter of the lens, and then you can change the animal to look for. So for instance, could be a cat, then the lens change of shape when you reach this area, and you can still change the parameters, of course. You can do the same again for the other animals, so the frog and the dog. Okay, so for the second part, it is VR, so you can move the lens across remote textures by pointing on them. There are several textures that are done, and the lens adapts to the distance of the texture automatically. You can change the parameters by pressing buttons on the controller directly, and you can change, therefore, the object to magnify. So, in conclusion, we developed a unified formalism to design lenses of any closed shape. It is the legacy of overview plus details and focus plus context zooming interfaces. Our lenses are flexible. We can move and transform them in real time. We can magnify an element of a dense set without losing the context elements. The potential applications with this zooming interface could be video surveillance and virtual tourism. In the future, we plan to develop a full 360 degrees VR immersive environment where everything is 3D. Our idea, it could be used for a virtual zoo, virtual museum, where you can magnify animals or artifacts. Our ideas to do so could be to use shaders to transform directly the camera view instead of remote textures. We could also use these shaders on a skybox, or we could also directly distort 3D meshes. So that's all for this video. I am looking forward to meet you during the demo. Thank you for your attention. I am ready for your question.